Killing this tiny spider could ruin your entire garden. Every summer, gardeners spot a delicate spider weaving its intricate web between tomato vines and gasp. Reaching for a shovel to crush it before it can bite. The sight of its silken threads glistening in morning light makes many reach for a spray bottle. Eager to erase the perceived threat, what if this tiny hunter actually shields your harvest from a silent invasion? In reality, a single garden spider can devour up to 1,000 insects each week, ranging from aphids to caterpillars, acting as nature's free pesticide. Its sticky web traps flying pests while its keen eyesight spots ground-dwelling larvae, delivering a constant, round-the-clock service that no chemical can match. This silent predator protects your vegetables without ever asking for a fee. The spider relies on a combination of vibration-sensitive hairs and acute vision to detect the slightest tremor of a struggling insect, then lunges with lightning speed to inject venom. Unlike many predators, it can sense prey through the web's silk, creating a three-dimensional map of its surroundings. Remarkably, some species can regenerate lost legs in just a few molts, a regenerative ability most gardeners never consider. Aphids swarm tender leaves, sucking sap until plants wilt and curl, while slugs chew ragged holes in lettuce and strawberries, leaving behind slime trails that invite rot. Caterpillars devour entire foliage in days, and spider mites create invisible webs that stunt growth. When left unchecked, a modest infestation can reduce a thriving vegetable patch by half within weeks, ruining yields and threatening food security. The spider's menu includes aphids, whiteflies, caterpillars, beetle larvae, and even the destructive tomato hornworm, each eliminated with a single bite of venom. Its relentless hunting runs around the clock, providing continuous protection that chemical sprays can't match without repeated applications. In effect, the spider functions as a living, self-replenishing pesticide that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at zero cost. One suburban gardener eradicated every spider from his plot, spraying broad-spectrum insecticide and removing webs nightly. Within 10 days, aphid colonies exploded, devouring tender lettuce leaves and stunting tomato growth. By the third week, the once vibrant garden was a patchwork of wilted, yellowing plants, and the harvest was cut in half, illustrating the catastrophic ripple effect of losing this tiny guardian. Without its predatory pressure, pest numbers multiply exponentially, turning a modest garden into a raging battlefield within days. Aphids can form dense clouds that coat every leaf, while slugs leave a slick carpet that suffocates seedlings. The once lush beds become a desolate wasteland of wilted stems and dying blossoms. A silent testament to the ecosystem's collapse. Peer-reviewed research from the University of California, Davis, and the University of Florida's Department of Entomology demonstrates that spiders contribute up to 30% of natural pest control in vegetable gardens. Dr. Maria Sanchez and her team quantified that a single orb weaver can suppress up to 1,200 insects weekly, yet most gardeners remain unaware because extension services focus on chemical solutions rather than ecological allies. The spider's setae act like microscopic microphones, picking up vibrations as faint as a mosquito's wingbeat, while its eyes detect ultraviolet patterns invisible to the human eye. This sensory suite rivals high-tech motion sensors, allowing it to locate prey hidden beneath soil or within dense foliage. Such acute perception makes the spider a master of stealth and precision in the garden. Despite its fearsome reputation, the garden spider never attacks humans unless directly provoked, and even then its bite is harmless to people. Children can watch its graceful movements up close, learning about nature without danger, while the spider silently patrols the garden, keeping pests in check. Its non-aggressive behavior makes it a safe educational ambassador for backyard biodiversity. Spiders occupy a pivotal niche, feeding on insects that would otherwise starve birds and butterflies, thereby supporting higher trophic levels. When spider numbers decline, insect populations surge, causing birds to lose a reliable protein source and butterflies to struggle for nectar. This cascade destabilizes the entire garden, reducing pollination rates and diminishing the diversity of wildlife that depends on a balanced ecosystem. Organic farmer Luis Martinez deliberately plants native shrubs and leaves leaf litter to invite garden spiders, and his tomato yields are 30% higher than his pesticide-using neighbors. The spiders suppress aphids and whiteflies, reducing the need for costly sprays and preserving soil microbes. As a result, his produce is richer in nutrients and his bottom line thrives without chemical inputs. Most gardeners reach for synthetic pesticides, believing they will quickly eradicate pests. Yet these chemicals accumulate in soil, harming beneficial microbes and reducing fertility. Over seasons, repeated applications degrade structure, lower organic matter, and create resistant pest populations that demand stronger toxins. The hidden cost is a declining garden ecosystem that ultimately yields weaker, less productive plants. Every spray eliminates the garden spider along with the pests it controls, wiping out a natural defense line that keeps aphids, slugs, and caterpillars in check. The chemicals also poison bees, butterflies, and other beneficial insects, while leaching into the earth and contaminating the soil. A garden that appears pristine on the surface is actually a dying system, its vitality eroded by invisible toxins. The average gardener spends $150 to $250 each year on chemical pesticides, plus additional expenses for soil amendments and replacement plants after crop loss. In contrast, a single garden spider provides continuous, cost-free pest control, saving an estimated $200 in pesticide purchases and preventing yield reductions of up to 30%. The financial advantage quickly outweighs the hidden costs of soil degradation and lost harvests. The garden spider is recognizable by its rounded abdomen patterned with orange and black markings, a silken web that forms circles, and legs that it holds in a relaxed posture. Unlike the aggressive wolf spider, which hunts actively without a web, the garden spider remains motionless, waiting for prey to become ensnared. Many mistake its harmless appearance for a dangerous bite, but its venom is too weak to affect humans. When you encounter a garden spider, simply step back and observe its methodical hunting. The sight of its web trembling as it captures insects is both fascinating and reassuring. Within minutes it can reduce a local aphid outbreak by half, and over a few days it may eradicate an entire whitefly population, showing its rapid impact on garden health. To attract garden spiders, first create natural refuges by leaving piles of leaf litter, stones, and hollow logs in quiet corners of the garden. Second, avoid broad-spectrum insecticides and opt for targeted, organic sprays that spare beneficial predators. Finally, plant native flowering herbs like dill and fennel, which provide nectar and shelter, encouraging spiders to establish a permanent, pest-controlling presence. One gardener recalled the pang of guilt after crushing a garden spider, realizing the silent loss of a natural defender that had protected his tomatoes for months. The remorse sparked a deep reflection on his actions, leading him to vow never to kill another spider and to share this lesson with fellow growers. His newfound respect restored hope for a healthier, more balanced garden. From today, promise to protect every garden spider you encounter, recognizing its vital role in safeguarding your harvest. Share this message with one gardener you know who still reaches for a spray bottle, and inspire them to change. Subscribe now to discover more life-changing garden secrets that empower you to work with nature, not against it.